This is Team Purple, awesome team. We're going to be going over our FileMaker Pro that we've done so far. So before we start off, we were having issues with figuring out how to import and run the script. And the fix for this that we found was there's a bunch of extra spaces in between the different code lines, and we just removed those and ran it, and it worked fine. And then the second issue we had was actually exporting the tables and then importing them into FileMaker Pro. What we did for that was you click on a table, and instead of being in the columns, go to the Data tab up here, and then right-click within the table somewhere, go down to Export, and then you want to change the format here to XLS. And additionally, you might want to change where you're saving it or the save name in this field. If it's fine like that, you can leave it like that. It doesn't really matter. Hit Next. And I already have a file there, so I'll just copyright that and go to Finish, and it's exported fine. Now we go over into our FileMaker Pro, and what we want to do is create a new database. And I already have a database set up, so I'm not going to do that. And after you create your new database, go in there, go to Import Records, File, and you want to go to wherever you saved your documents. I have them right in here. You can see the export one is the one that we exported. Hit Open, leave it as it is, hit Continue. And the important part is up here at Target. You want to change it from current table to new table. Otherwise, it'll overwrite the current table you have, and it'll likely mess up the data you have. Otherwise, you can leave everything else as is. Hit Import. And as you can see, we have our table right in here. And you can see different products in here, as long as the file names. And sometimes you'll have the very first record will be the actual column headings. You can either do this manually and change it, and I'll show you how to do that in a little bit. But otherwise, everything is showing up just fine. And one of the most important things you're going to be doing is hitting Control-Shift-D, which is also in File under Manage, and it goes to your database. And in here you can see all the different tables you have. Our new table here is the export to XLS. You can change names here to however you want, and when you enter in a change name, make sure you hit the Change button. If you hit Create, it'll just create a new table. You can also delete tables in here as well if you want, and I'm just going to delete the table we entered in because I already have the correct tables entered in for our entire relationships. And as well, if you want to change field names, you just click the Field tab up here, and you can choose your table in this option. Once you get to there, you can go in and change field names to whatever you want. But once again, make sure after you change something, you hit the Change button, otherwise it won't take effect. You can also delete different columns if you want, or duplicate columns. As well, you can change the type. There's various different types in here. And moving on to the last table is our relationships table. And in here you can see some of the other tables we had before that are now gone. You can delete these simply using the delete option. But what we've done so far is we linked all our tables using relationships. For example, we have the employee to orders. And this relationship we can open up using the Edit Relationship button. And here you can see that we have the E number from employee equaling the E number in the orders table. And as well, further down, we have the different options to allow different things to happen. And in the orders table, we have allow creation of records in this table via this relationship. So if an employee number is changed, it'll be updated over in this area. We've done this for all our tables, and that's just showing you how you can do it. Now for our layouts, we have the current layout we're working on is our customer layout. And what we have right now is in this top section here, it's showing what the customer currently has, their number, name, city, state, and sex. And down here we have a secondary area that shows any orders that they've had, starting with their order number, customer number, employee number, order date. And further on after this we have a secondary table called our order line table. And this shows things that are linked to the orders that this customer has made. It's just a nice layout, our first kind of alpha layout that we've been working on for our split area. And finally, we have a button to create new customers. And this button, all you do is click it, it'll create a new record. You can enter in different numbers, name, and these fields will have to change them so that they're adjusted appropriately. But as we can show you, going to our customer table, the new customer has been added. And that's the end of our presentation.